Hi, welcome. Annette O'Neill here. Annette O'Neill Fitness on YouTube. Annette O'Neill Wellness is my business. I'm a nutritionist, fitness instructor, yoga instructor, meditation, all things wellness, really. So today we're going to focus on some stretches specifically for the athlete and specifically for the young athlete who is maybe high school, middle school, even college, where you are so busy with practices and games and being on different teams and also having your homework to do and just so much going on that oftentimes there's not enough time for stretching. So I'm going to give you, like, I don't know, this is going to be like a 20-minute class segment of stretches so that I'm going to get my timer so that you can maybe do them every day and you're less likely to get injured. You'll be able to strengthen your muscles more evenly and in a balanced way. So we'll get started right away. We're going to start on all fours. You don't need much, maybe a folded, like a nice little hand towel. We can use this for some stretching. If you do have yoga blocks, they're great. Otherwise, you can use boxes or even books. But we're going to start on our all fours. And what all fours is just that. Hands are underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. And then from here, what we're going to do is drop the belly so that your butt sticks up a little bit and your chest sticks up. So it's like your center of your chest and your tailbone are lifting, your belly is dropping. Then push the floor away, pull the navel in, round your back, like you're trying to lift your navel up to the ceiling, drop your tailbone and drop your head. And then just reverse that. Lift your tailbone, lift your head, and then round your back and like an angry cat. That's why it's called cat cows. And this is like a lazy cow with a sway back. So this is always a good thing to do to get started, to warm up your spine. Now we're going to go into stretch is really good for the back of the leg because our hamstrings, our calves, or even nearby your heel gets really, really tight. So the whole back of the leg gets super tight, but so does the front of the leg. So step your right foot forward and scooch your left leg back. So you can go on, curl onto the toes and straighten and bend the left leg, and then find a place where it can settle. Then you're just going to root down into your right foot and bring your hands up to just settle onto your right leg. And you can back off if it's a little too intense and then lean forward. Now, as you're doing this, what's happening is the front of your left leg is opening up, right? You feel that? When we sit, that's bent. When we walk, that's bent. If you bike ride, run, all those things that we do, move our leg forward, will tighten that area. So right now we're going to be stretching the front of the left hip, and then we're going to stretch the back of the right leg. So from here, curl your toes, your left toes, straighten your left leg. And basically, you don't even have to hold these stretches much longer than 30 seconds, but they're going to be like changing stretches. So you might find that we're moving in and out of it. Lower your left knee down, and then we're just going to relax the left foot and open the right knee out. So you see I'm on the pinky toe edge of my right foot, and then close it back up. Now, my hands are down on the floor. I'm holding myself up. I have to actually tense my fingers and kind of hold myself like that. That's where like the yoga blocks come in, where you can hold on to something. You can even use a chair, have a chair nearby or a piece of furniture nearby that you can hold on to. Now, we're going to back off. So if you do have blocks, grab them and try to straighten your right leg and then bend it. Now, what happens often, especially when we're tight in the back of the leg, is the back is going to round when we try to straighten the leg. So what I want you to do is find that nice long spine and don't let your lower back round. So it may mean that you hold something pretty high, like a chair, like I said, or your yoga blocks. Flex your right foot, so all 5 toes are to the ceiling. And then think about your hips. Right hip pulls back, left hip pulls forward. And then you're always going to engage your core muscles, your abdominal muscles, just to move. So, just protect your back. Now, if you do have yoga blocks, you can hold on to them. If you don't, you can put your hands on the floor or a piece of furniture. And you're going to feel an intense stretch all the way through the back of your right leg. Flex your right foot. And then just try to hold on to it. And like I said, you may be higher in order to get the leg straight and not round your back. So now we are stretching the back of the right leg. Then go forward one more time Feel the stretch in the front of the left leg. Curl the left toes, straighten the left leg, and then rock forward and back, feeling the stretch a little deeper into your calf, into your Achilles, or the tendon that connects your foot, the heel of your foot, to your calf. And then lower down. We're going to just swap this out for the other side. So just sweep your right leg back and step your left foot forward. And then do the same thing. You're just going to scooch back until you find somewhere where you're feeling the stretch in the front of the right leg. You're not forcing it, just feeling it open up right in here. Really important for your hips, your spine, and your hips and your spine are so connected to the knees and the ankles. So we don't want to like roll our ankle or hurt our knees. We want to keep everything strong, all the muscles strong, but the joints themselves nice and flexible. Now, back off and bend until you're able to hold. Remember, knee is over ankle. Open your left knee out and then close it. Open it out and close it. Notice when you open the knee out, you're feeling the stretch a little deeper. Then if you like using blocks or chairs or furniture, back off and straighten your left leg. Maybe you don't need to. Pull the left hip back, the right hip forward so the hips are even. Flex your left foot so all 5 toes are to the ceiling, and just hold here. So if you don't want to use a timer, another way to hold a stretch is like about 3 to 5 breath cycles. Well, a breath cycle is when you breathe in and breathe out. One breath cycle. You want it to be like a nice long one. Have a pause in between. And holding the stretch. Remember, you're flexing the foot. Then come on back forward. Enjoy the stretch in the front of the right hip. Curl the toes, straighten the right leg, and then rock forward and back, and forward and back. Good. All right, bring your left leg back again. So you're on all fours again. And then we're going to just come on to our bottom. So once you have a seat, take your left leg and extend it out to the side and bend your right leg. Now from here, we'll have our towel nearby, so let's all use the towel. What we're going to try to do is wrap the folded towel around the left foot. Now, if this is not working for you, like you're feeling tight, your back is rounding, bend your right knee a little bit, left knee a little bit. Now we're going to take this right arm and reach it over our head. And just hold here. So you're just trying to like keep this bottom shoulder coming forward, top shoulder opening, and just reach. This left hand can grab your right leg. You can grab the towel, or if you're able to grab your foot, go ahead and grab your foot. Make sure you breathe though. That's why it's good to, like, rather than time it, to count breath cycles so that you know that you're taking these breaths in and oxygenating all the muscles by taking a deep breath in. Come on up. And we'll do this all on the other side. So bend your left knee, straighten your right leg, sit up tall, flex the right foot so that all 5 toes are to the ceiling. If you like, you can wrap the towel around the ball of the foot so that you can get an extra calf stretch. Elbow's going to go in front of the leg, and sweep your left arm up. And you can like sort of back off and go into it until you find the place that you can hold. And then just breathe for a few breaths in and a few breaths out. And you want to, the sensation is you're pushing down on this left hip and reaching with your torso. Good job. All right, now you're going to come forward. I'm just going to demonstrate facing long ways, sideways to you, just so you can see what we're up to. But we're going to do a forward fold, a seated forward fold. Now, a lot of times when we sit with the knees bent, we can keep our back straight. But as soon as we straighten the legs, our back rounds. So that means your hamstrings are tight. So if that's happening to you when you straighten your legs, then keep them a little bent so that you can focus on lifting up with the center of the chest, the crown of the head, and keeping your back nice and flat. Now, some of you are going to still have a hard time with that, and you can always fold up your towel and actually sit on the folded towel. That sometimes helps your back to stay a little flatter. So here we can also use the towel for our stretch. So we're going to flex the feet, bring your legs to parallel, and then take this towel and wrap it around the balls of your feet. And then you're going to try to keep that flat spine and just see if you can straighten your legs. Now, you may not be able to go all the way straight, but just try. And then you're going to lift up, reach forward with the center of the chest, and go where you can. You can also put your hands by your side. You can also keep a little bend in the knee. You can also take your legs wider. So you're just holding where it's comfortable for you to fold in half. So the goal is to fold in half. This is going to stretch your hamstrings, your calves, your Achilles, your spine. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. Good. All right, so we're going to come out of that. We're going to flip around again. We're going to come on to all fours again. So here we are on all fours. And I want you to widen your knees, bring your feet together, and then just sit back into your heels. This is called child's pose. So if you're sitting back into your heels, reach your arms forward and rest your forehead on the mat. Then walk both hands over to the left and push your right butt cheek down. And then come on up and walk your hands over to the right and kind of emphasize that you're pushing your left hip down. Good. Come on up. All right, now we're going to just kind of creep onto our, let's do it this way, onto our bellies. So once you land on your belly, you're going to prop yourself up onto your elbows and widen your feet. So widen your legs, widen your feet. Wiggle your hips side to side. And if your back is feeling a little tight, just rest your head on your forearms or on your hands. And then prop your elbows right underneath your shoulders. So it's called Sphinx pose because you look like a Sphinx statue. Send the center of your chest forward, squeeze your butt, push down on the tops of your feet. So you're activating your legs, you're activating your butt, you're pressing the center of the chest forward. Now from here, if this is too much, walk your hands further out and hold it there. See how my spine isn't bending, extending as deeply. But if you're able to handle elbows under shoulders, stay here. And then we're all going to try to straighten our arms. So don't force it. Just see where you can go with your hip point staying down, center of the chest reaching forward. So you can go down and then up. Now, if you can get your legs to come closer together, go ahead and do that. Usually it's a little more back friendly to keep your legs a little apart. And then if you're very flexible in your spine, you can bring your hands a little closer. And then you may not be able to straighten your arms all the way, but just kind of test it. Come on up and see where you can go. Just take another breath in. And another breath out. And then lower all the way down. Good. Come on up to all fours. So you're just going to brace your abdominal muscles to lift up. And then we're going to come on back to those little cat-cows, just gentle this time. Little round and extend and round and extend. And then we're going to come on to have a seat once again. So this time we're going to cross our ankles. So just note which foot is in front and sit up nice and tall. And we're going to do some nice stretches for the shoulders, and then you'll be on with your day. So these are some nice stretches that you have specifically kind of getting the front body, the back body. Now, when we're sitting, I want you to, again, we're trying not to round the back. So open your collarbone, lift up with the center of the chest, crown of the head, and sit up nice and tall. Now from here, we're going to take our right arm and reach it across our chest. Hook with your left arm. So push this shoulder down and back and gaze over your right shoulder. And then take your right hand down the center of your back, reach around with your left arm. So you're going to flip your palm to face behind you, bend your elbow, and then try to interlace your fingers. So I'm going to turn around to show you what that looks like. Now, if you are unable to interlace your fingers here, you can always just attempt, or you can have a towel. And start the towel with one hand and then grip it with the other and just pull up on one end, down on the other. And then we'll do that on the other side. So you're going to take just swap out which ankle is in front. And now your left arm is going to go across your chest, hook with your right, press down on your right shoulder, left shoulder, sorry, look over your left shoulder. Feel that nice stretch in your shoulder. And then take your left hand down the center of your back, reach around, right hand, interlace your fingers if you can, grab your towel if you need to, or just reach fingers towards each other. Good job. Now shake out your arms. Just circle your wrists in one direction, circle them in the other. Bring your hands behind your head, interlacing your fingers, make a little like cushion for your head. And your thumbs can even massage the back of your neck right here. Take a little side bend to the left. Come on up and take a side bend to the right. Come on up, side bend. And side bend. And then pause right here. Sit up nice and tall. Twist to the left. And twist to the right. And twist left. And twist right. And then bring your hands to your thighs. Pull your navel in and round your back. Then push down onto your thighs and elongate your spine. Excellent job. Come on, I'll see you soon. Subscribe, please, and you'll know when new recordings come out. So we'll have nutrition tips, fitness tips, stretches, little yoga poses. There'll be a lot of fun wellness stuff here. So hope to see you soon. Thanks for joining. Bye.